milestone and one of the best to have represented Old Glory, said their head coach Simon Cross. All fired up for the home side. Semi Kunitani, the gold medal Olympian, is at the back of the run out as well. Keep your eyes on his fresh skills, gracing Major League Rugby yet again. A must win for either side. The Star Spangled Banner plays out. The rain comes down here, mid-70s. All in readiness for our second match for the weekend. Super Sunday is here. Fans have come out from all over as well at this new venue for Old Glory DC. They won the last fixture here against Seattle, 29 points to 12 in 2025. But we mentioned dropping the game earlier in Seattle, 33-16 at Starfire Stadium.
All good. Testing 1, 2. TV mic testing. I can hear myself over here, so we're good. Yeah. Beauty.
Our referee for this one, the highly experienced Luke Rogan in the centre. Shanda Asmus just leaving there, and Dave Edwards, the assistant referees, and our in-stadium review official, George Yonke. DC in their familiar navies on the right of your screen, and Seattle in white on the left. Can't wait for this one to kick off, Stabby.
Big game, Dallin.
We're good to go. So
as you mentioned, DC a chance to jump to the third spot with a win.
Let's go. We're good to go. Let's go.
Seattle seem to be finding their form. It's going to be a huge clash today. Let's hope this weather holds off. Two great running teams with ball in hand. Love to see it.
Let's go.
DC, match number 95 in their history. Seattle are playing a record 130 games. They've won 73, the most wins in Major League Rugby for Seattle. Jace Robertson, the star to watch, the number 10 for Old Glory DC on the right of your screen to get things going. Seventh year in Major League Rugby, coached by Simon Cross, Steph Hughes and Stan South. It's the seventh meeting between DC and Seattle. Both sides winning 3 apiece against each other. This one vital for the playoffs, which happen in a month's time. Rickett Hutting with his first touch in his 100th appearance for the Seawolves. JP Smith back to his usual number 9 position. Andre Warner, that filled in last week at Flav, was absolutely brilliant. Hits the first touch finder.
Not a bad clearance from Andre. You mentioned Allen, started the season at 9. He's been asked to move into 10 with the absence of David Kutzer, and he'll just get better and better with every game, especially that combination he's forming with JP Smith.
That's right. David Kutzer about a week out apparently to returning, which would be big boost for Seattle. They've had so many injuries. Here is Kirby Myhill, instrumental for DC in their forward pack. Scored a few tries already this season. There he lays it off to Semi Kunitani, the big frame. The Fijian fly gets an early touch. John Lefebvre, the local sensation, goes to the right. Rick Rose is in there as well. Tall timber, 6'7". Now Rob Harley, the captain, the Scottish international with 23 caps, to the right. This is a good attacking play. Robertson hit hard there by Dan Creel from Seattle. Lefebvre recycles to the left. Myhill offloads this one to Paul Mullen, the big unit, 34 years of age. Again, another good centre field collision as Old Glory get everybody involved. Missed pass Hartley, now to the backs. Crunching it to this near side. Scrum off with quick ball again. It's Myhill for his 3rd time so far. Joined from Miami. Welsh international, cap number 1172, played against the All Blacks, his only test. Numbers arriving at the breakdown just in time. They get the first penalty of the game, do Old Glory.
Wonderful patience from the home team. Putting it through the hands. Putting the ball on the mark. And just inching their way forward. Equally strong defence from Seattle, but again, they couldn't help themselves. That early penalty. Discipline will be key. Dallin. Speaking of which, both these teams, their season stats. DC second in terms of penalties conceded. That means the least amount of penalties with only 53, and Seattle have conceded the fourth least.
Yeah, such an important part of the game. Vice captain Jace Robertson, known as 007 from New Zealand. Played here in 2020 and 2021, returned a couple of years ago. A fresh faded haircut as well down the sides. You've got to love that. As the fly-off boots the first kick. And it goes over. A brilliant kick. 2 minutes gone. DC lead 3-0. One penalty. And they give away 3 points to Seattle.
That's the benefit of having someone like Jason Robertson that can just get you on the board straight out of the gate, settle those nerves. Take note, Seattle, because those penalties will be costly against this team.
Make sure that behind you.
Seattle to get us going. Aside from Washington State, 2 and 3 this season. 9th year in Major League Rugby. 1 in 2018 and 2019. A deep kick for DC to contend with. John Rizzo, Washington Irish rugby player. 5th season with the franchise. Just set their forwards off here. Does John Lefebvre, the live wire scrum off. 27 years old from Lawton, Virginia, nearby. He goes to the sky. Chasers arrive for DC. There's a big jump in the air from Duncan Matthews. He's very solid under the high ball.
And straight away, just looking up at Luke Rogan. Sir, come on, I was taken in the air, surely. And that he was. Big hit from Kunatani. Just couldn't help himself, couldn't wait for Matthews to have both feet planted on the ground.
Seattle decide to go for the corner, so a different tactic from the visiting side.
Yeah, they want to get on the board with a try early. Try and get the jump on this home team, especially with that home crowd behind them, Dallin.
That's right, here we go. Dioval Kutsa to throw for Seattle. 13 caps for Canada. Loose, messy ball, and eventually knocked on from the Seawolves. A first start for T.I. Vavau. Future US Eagles, says Cam Clark. They go behind their goal line, moving the ball wide, do Old Glory DC, and then finally put it to the boot. Not the biggest kick at all. But there was probably some advantage coming here, of course, for DC.
Looks like a knock-on advantage at the line out. That was pretty courageous stuff coming out of their own red zone. Kick came off the side of the boot, so fortunately it'll come back because they do not want Seattle to have a line out where that ball crossed the line on the right-hand side.
Well, I can understand Semi Kunatani, the Olympic gold medalist, running from behind the goal line. He's so used to that, playing for Fiji on the Sevens World Series and at Olympic events. But safety first in the game of 15s. So 5 minutes gone, DC lead by a lone penalty from Jace Robertson. And up front, Cali Martinez in his 50th appearance. Paul Mullen is the other front row forward. 39 caps for the US Eagles for Mullen. JP Smith looks on. Full penalty for Old Glory.
They needed that under pressure. 5 meters out from their own line, and now Seattle giving them a piggyback out of the red zone with a scrum penalty.
Jess Robertson knocks this one out just outside the 22. So chatting to Simon Cross, he said physicality, of course, is going to be important. We mentioned discipline.
If you
and of course,
stay where you are, I'll bring them in, okay?
Luke Rogan telling Cricket Hutting to stay the gap, the meter. He said they need to get in the opposition 22 and score points. That's the goal. So every time they get there, they've got to leave with points. They said they had 0 entries into Seattle's 22 last time they played. So that could be a big point of difference in this game. Myhill lays it back. There's a 34-year-old from the Nechley in Wales. Under pressure there. Paddy Ryan coming up for Seattle. Duncan Matthews under this again. Beautiful take from the fullback from Seattle. A big shot on him as well, driven backwards. But JP Smith has hands-on possession. The most capped Seawolf of all time. 112 appearances. His box kick goes out the back door.
Perhaps a little rusty. JP did well, had the vision to see that there was space. He just needed better execution on that kick. Couldn't quite direct it where he wanted to. He also had his winger.
Yeah, just bring your feet up underneath you a bit.
On hand.
When you hit.
That's right.
For the chase.
Rugby fans, you're going to hear a few dad jokes from Mark Stavina throughout this call.
Despite being Mother's Day, ready for the dad jokes. We'll call them mum jokes today, shall we?
We shall indeed. So just waiting for a new ball. Make sure you get on social media. Use hashtag MLR2026. Have us your say. Ask us any questions you want, any comments on the go as well. I also have a bit of trivia, as I always have. So the trivia today for this game is, who is the youngest player on the rosters featuring for either side today? The youngest player that will take the field today. Let us know using hashtag MLR2026. And it's not Mark Stavina because he was born in the 60s.
Hey now.
Here we go. Scrum centre for DC. Lefebvre goes to the right-hand side, looking for the loop back. It's a nice pass he gets from Jordan Jackson-Hope, and gives away possession in the end.
Right idea again. DC, good little space on the right-hand side. It was good defence as well that forced that error, the pass. That's a tough one for Sheehy to bring in. Would have been miraculous for him to pluck that one out of the air. Lefebvre knew it as well. He did his best to get over the top, but once again, that defence coming in forced him to do the basketball pass over the top. So that was great defence from Seattle.
Yeah, it's also Sheehy Day as well. That's the theme. Everybody that works for Sheehy Automotives got free tickets, bringing their family along as well. I'm still waiting for the free car as well, apparently. It's been promised by the Sheehy family. So if you need wheels, get some from Sheehy. That's for sure. Seattle possession. Their front row, Larome, White, Kotzer and Peterson gets a free kick.
Seattle just getting one back of their own at scrum time. Not a full arm penalty. It was just for an early hit from Seattle. A little false start, from DC rather. Jumping the gun a little bit now. So of course this ball needs to go straight in the air, not out.
Divan Rousseau goes high. Twice made the MLR Team of the Week this season. Hutting chases down this one. Such a workhorse is Rickard Hutting. DC now inside their 22. Lefebvre has his forwards with him. They've set a contact point. Slower ball to work with. So Lefebvre again bangs this one for the touchline and finds the bench.
You just see that assistant referee's flag up in the air at the moment. You can see blustery breeze in the faces of DC. Probably also the reason why some of these clearance kicks aren't quite going as far as they would like. Lefebvre's well short of the halfway line, which is always what you're trying to do, isn't it, Dallin? When you're coming out of your own red zone, try and put it as close to the 50-metre line as you can. Yeah,
absolutely. Such a skill to have if you can do that. You can see the wind blowing with the flag in the background, and lineouts being affected as well there for Seattle. Mason Peterson picks this one up. He goes forward with a fresh haircut. Peterson, national championship winner with the Austin Huns from Texas. Here's Paddy Ryan. Very impressed with him this season. Paddy Ryan joins from San Diego Legion. And here's Michael Hand, the second beautiful offload. Rousseau in a bit of space. Divan Rousseau, the Namibian international player. Now wide ball here, Larome White. 82nd appearance in Major League Rugby. JP Smith digging this one out. Seattle now looking for their attacking options. This is inside centre, Dan Creel, 32-year-old from Cape Town, South Africa. Little stab through with advantage, so the right idea. But covering back on DC. And we'll go back to Luke Rogan's mark.
As you said, Dallin, good idea. Why not? Pluck it in behind. But Hoyland, he's so good, isn't he? That man right there. So safe at fullback. Knows where to be. Anticipates little kicks through. You've got the pace as well to get there. Cleaned up nicely. And, of course, that meant that Seattle didn't have the advantage. So it'll come back. They've asked for the tee this time, so possibly because they're struggling a little bit at line-out time. It would be nice to go to the corner and try and get that 5-pointer, potentially 7, but their line-out's just not working for them at the moment, Dal.
Yeah, Alan Clark said last week there was also a strong wind when they played against New England. They knew it was worth 20 points in the end. So they were trailing at half-time, 11-5 against New England, 127-11 in the end. So looks like 3 points on offer here for Devon Rousseau, who kicks in for the injured Davy Kutzer. And, of course, Rickard Hutting smashed a conversion last week as well. First shot for the left-footed kicker. And Seattle are on the board. We're locked up at 3 apiece after 11 minutes here at George Mason Stadium.
Just as we expected early on, trading blows, these two teams. 3 points apiece. You can see that drizzle.
You're right, mate, you're right.
That's going to be, if that rain continues,
when you're ready.
the number 10s, number 9s, you have to be sound tactically, play the conditions.
Jace Robertson nails this one up high. It's a good take from Reno Herbst. Played with the Emirates Lions in Super Rugby. Brother also played for the Lions. That's Paddy Ryan. Big solid contact on him.
Take him back.
The 2 sevens going at it. Rousseau again with that booming left boot of his. What a talent they have on his side. Hoyland goes back and Robertson says, let this go all the way because that wind will take it. Why not?
Great decision. You just see Hoyland, Robertson communicating. Already anticipated there was a lot on that ball. Very small in-goal areas as well, so they knew with this firm pitch and the breeze behind Seattle,
scrum, Rob.
it was going to go over the dead ball line. And look at the repercussion of that, folks. All the way back for a scrum in favour of DC from where Seattle kicked it. You really need to be careful with those kicks.
Yeah, James Dealey says 7th Centurion, second player to reach it. Yeah, that's right after JP Smith, 100% James Dealey. We appreciate all your stats. And of course, Rickard Hutting, what a legend he is. There he is, the beard in picture. What a performer he's been. And Seattle Seawolves, JP Smith, the most capped with 112, chasing Dylan Foster, the Butcher, who is the all-time leader with 114 MLR appearances. So this season we could see a new leader. But it's DC with Robertson to attack. Hoyland with a quick hand, massive shot on him. Ball gets spilt forward there. And now with Duncan Matthews, and no advantage coming. What a shot that was.
And of course, who was it? None other than Inafuti. He does it so well. They've really missed him, both in offense and defense, Seattle. And he's able just to pick that off. The anticipation came out of nowhere, out of Hoyland's blind spot. Look, he's a little bit rattled, but I think Inafuti is as well. Saw him go down in the background, being attended to.
Don't double crutch bind. You got to bind to each other.
This will be a great look. Look at Futi.
Yeah?
He had one thing on his mind, didn't he? Anticipated that pass to Hoyland around the back. Oh, what a clash.
Yeah, David Hoyland limps back, the Scottish international. Played 15s and 7s for his country.
Yeah. Let him get a bind. Let him get a bind. Work together, let him get a bind. Let's go. Come on. Quick reset, fellas, please.
Dallin, they're always risky, aren't they, those spot tackles? If you come in, if you don't commit to them the way Inafuti did, well, Hoyland with his hands could have possibly got the ball away quickly, and now Inafuti's out of position. So it takes a lot of guts, a lot of courage, and great timing. You cannot half commit to those tackles.
No, you're 100% right. I know I scored a few tries against you on the beach when you kind of didn't commit properly. Gaps just opened up. Left, right, and centre. 3-all in the contest so far. JP Smith feeds here. Andre Warner, formerly a 9, formerly with Houston as well. The left boot again, or it's charged down. So we play on. This one spits towards that side. Oh, beautiful slide. What skills from Old Glory DC. Sheehy, get me a car, my friend. That's unbelievable skills. Here's Semi Kunatani. The Fijian flyer lays it down in midfield. Remarkable skills in these conditions. Big hit on Aiden King.
Away now, 14.
Simon Cross said he brings the level of intensity he hasn't seen from a young player yet, does King. Just 23 years young. Whistle goes. Knock-on does come in the end, but some sublime skills from a wing three-quarter, Owen Sheehy.
What an addition to the highlight reel of that number 14. Look at that, Michael Hand. All he could do was just hurdle him.
Let's go, fellas.
And then the presence of mind to get it to his support, Ross Depperschmidt coming in. Brilliant play from DC. Take a bow, Owen.
I'm going to use that for their ad, one of their car ads.
Good.
You know, look at that, slippery conditions. Don't worry, I've got wheels. Amazing work.
Slide into She Motors.
That's right. I'm not even getting paid for this, I tell you what. DC.
Not yet.
Not yet. You mentioned the side in their 7th year. Simon Cross, head coach, with Steph Hughes, Stan South, and Fumi Reyes, the skills coach. And Alan Clark coaching for Seattle with Robbie Abel and Stephen Brett.
No, he's just slipped out. He slipped out, fellas. I just watched it. We'll have it again. Let's go. Quick reset. Let's go.
So tricky conditions here at scrum time. Seattle and DC as they look to close out the next month. Come on, OG, we need a solid win at home. That's certainly right, Garth. Ridgeway, we hear you, my friend. Keep the conversation coming. Hashtag MLR 2026. Bit of a fan cam here in the stadium as well, giving us those shots. But yeah, both sides have got 3 home matches left out of 4 games still to come, which is vital because wins at home are a bit better to come by with this tough travel schedule for these sides. Smith goes to Warner. Wide pass here for Duncan Matthews. Looking a hot step on the outside, the fullback. Finds Ina Futi on the cut. Futi is a try-scoring menace with 27 scores so far. Here's Rickett Hutting now flying in. Wonderful work from the captain. Quick ball from Smith. Warner in midfield yet again. Michael Hand, the second, gets hit hard there. In fact, that's Callum Botcher. It just drops this one.
Such a shame for Seattle, ending that movement with a forward pass. Little lapse in concentration, perhaps. Overrunning that line there. But still, you've just got to pick those moments. If your support player is slightly in front, hold on to it, take your medicine, take it forward. They're getting a little bit excited. It is early in the game for Seattle.
Let's go.
But they need to cut down these errors.
Yeah, both sides with 3 losses so far. Seattle lost to Anthem, California and Chicago, and Old Glory DC with losses in the first game against the Seawolves, and they lost against the Legion, and the last game against Chicago Hounds 49-31. Scored 4 tries though. Koiko and Elligan coming off the bench, Hoyland and Robertson getting a couple. Inside their 22, Jace Robertson puts the reliable right boot down towards Duncan Matthews. Oh, it's a difficult one to take, and it stays with DC. Great skills, they get it back. Hoyland was involved there as well as Lefebvre. Kelly Martinez arrives as the 29-year-old from Canada.
Always going backwards. Yeah.
Just to check here, see everybody's okay.
Time's off. I want you to have him looked at. We can take water break, guys.
Already the conditions playing havoc. You don't see Duncan Matthews make mistakes like that often, so you know that ball was swirling in the air, slippery as well.
All right, time for a quick hydration break. It's 3-3, 18 minutes gone here on the East Coast. And we'll be right back in just a moment as we tied up in Major League Rugby Week 7. Stay with us. Our first hydration break was brought to you by Recover 180, the organic sports hydration drink built for today's athlete.
We're still waiting for broadcast.
3 apiece between these 2 sides. A penalty from Jace Robertson in picture, and 1 from Divan Rousseau as these sides all locked up. We mentioned an important clash here, just 1 point on the standings between the 2 sides. Seattle out of Tequila, Washington, their home ground, Starfire Sports Stadium. They will return there on May 17th, taking on Anthem Rugby, Carolina. And the home side, Old Glory DC. Matches for them to come here on May 17th against the New England Free Jacks as well. Great to have your company wherever you're tuning in from around the globe. And DC, a powerful shot at scrum time. The ball's loose. Lefebvre does superb. As Robertson takes it to the contact. Played for many years in the French League as well, did Jace Robertson. John Lefebvre fires one out to Kelly Martinez, the outdoorsman.
Hold in front.
Deep ball for Robertson to go to the sky. Wind swirls this one. Duncan Matthews, though, solid in the air yet again. The fullback, Seawolves back of the year and player of the year in 2025.
Lost.
As Dan Creel attacks the breakdown here. Smith feeds. Devon Kotzer flies in. He's from Curl, South Africa, but moved to Canada. Here's Ricky Hutting out of nowhere in his 100th appearance. Ricky Hutting for the Seawolves. What a breakout from the number 8. Finds JP Smith. The two longest serving legends for Seattle. Get them into the 22.
On your feet. Fire.
On the hunt for the first try. Stab through from Devon Rousseau. Chases on there on the far side. Oh, slow. So close. And a great dive to cover things there.
Wonderful play from Seattle, specifically Rickett Hatting, straight through. The ruck defence was non-existent from DC, and then who else but JP Smith? That combination, we've seen it so many times over previous seasons. 9 to 8, 8 to 9. Tried to steal the ball there, just couldn't quite keep on their feet, DC, because Hatting and Smith looked a little isolated.
Go that way. Yeah.
Hatting played in 4 MLR finals, won 2 of them for Seattle in 2018 and 2019. Still, the Warrior continues. A massive shot comes in as well. What a hit that was. Penalty, though, to Old Glory DC.
He chose to fall there. Roll away.
Oh, Corey Daniel. Tell you what, he did well to hold on to that ball.
Just make sure you take it behind the mark, yeah?
His hands were up, the ribs were exposed.
Lerone White was the one that put in the shot. That'll get you in the game. It gets me in the game. Yeah, hold my headset.
Why? What are you going to do? Dallin? Am I safe in here?
No, that's right. The hamstring's torn. Here we go. 3-all. Great kick from Jace Robertson. Such a physical contest between these two sides, as are all the games. That's what you love to see. To the front of the line-out. Loose ball, though, pops the way of Herbst and stays with Seattle in the end. Here's Paddy Ryan. Takes on Semi Kunatani. Warner. Flat ball to Creel in midfield. Dan Creel. And now Warner yet again. Ina Futi at a flanking side. Here comes Hoyland back to return the favour on Ina Futi. Great to see Futi back. Here's Lerone White after that big tackle. Played in Louisville. Originally in the back line. Found rugby in high school. Did Lerone White. Again, it's flat ball.
First one, JP.
Difficult one to handle here. It's the youngster, T.I. Vavau, 24 years of age. First start in Major League Rugby. Here's Duncan Matthews.
No, 6 away.
That's a solid shot from Corey Daniel, the US Eagle. Herbst carries hard again. Does the 29-year-old from Johannesburg in South Africa.
Hold one.
Warner, not his best kick. Doesn't go very far and taken cleanly and nicely from John Rizzo.
Use it.
Rizzo out of Indianapolis Rugby. Kirby Myhill now.
Use it.
Seattle just trying to play here in the half of Old Glory DC, so not a lot of options for them, but to go to the sky. Rizzo comes down on this again. Duncan Matthews.
Timing's good.
Another excellent take from the fullback. Able to jump up and leap and get them nicely. Supports the Happy Bundles Foundation charity, set up by Dan and Candice Creel. This time it's Warner, puts a kick over the top. Chasers are there. Beautiful kick and gather. Devon Rousseau is after this one. The outside centre reads it to perfection. And great ruck arrival as well. Lerone White at scrum half. Herbst goes to the left-hand side. Here's Rickett Hutting yet again. What a game he's having as the number 8. Back on the inside to Devon Kotzer. Flat ball for Callum Botcher. Peterson flies in again. This is Seattle looking better and stronger as the game progresses. Creel hit by Kunatani with a penalty advantage for the visiting side. Duncan Matthews spills this one.
Go back. Number 2. Yeah.
Just building momentum, Seattle.
You need to lower your height.
Adventurous play as well. Love that little exchange in the middle between Warner and Rousseau. Here it is right now, the deft touch and the bounce. That was special. Support comes in. Reinforcements, Lerone White. They seem to just be shifting gears, Seattle, at the moment.
What are you doing, mate? Point. Shot.
Shot a goal signalled from Devon Rousseau. His dad and uncle and 2 cousins all played rugby for Namibia internationally, as did Devon. Played the Rugby World Cup 2023 as well. One of the many players from Seattle out of the University of Pretoria in South Africa. They had a brilliant tour to Cape Town, playing against the Stormers. And then another fixture, Hartford Harpooners back home as well. Picked up a few injuries though, that's for sure, says coach Alan Clark. But they're a resilient group, are Seattle. Looking for their first lead in this game as we approach minute 25. Divan Rousseau in tricky conditions, makes no mistake, it's 6-3, Seattle lead DC.
Yeah, I
tight game here, Dallin.
On the player on the ground, yeah. So not making nice.
Very similar teams with similar season stats.
Just get your timing right, fellas.
And Seattle might be rewarded for playing a little bit more expansively. We'll see as the game progresses.
Kick down to Inafuti, that handles it well. Does the speedster. Love to see him with a bit more space in this game as well as we progress. JP Smith, the US Eagle with 10 internationals.
Hold in front,
finds
right.
Warner, finds a solid touch, does the fluff.
That is a solid exit from Seattle, courtesy of Warner's boot, right up to the halfway line, just as we were talking about before. They do have the breeze, so certainly helped.
Jason, inside.
Yeah, just touching on those injuries, Coach Alan Clark said he's getting greyer and greyer as the season progresses with a medical report for his teammates. His teams down to the front here for Old Grove DCR. Great skill there from John Lefebvre. What a player he is. Inafuti, here's a bit of space to work. He puts the kick downfield.
Thank you.
How does this one sit? Well, he runs into a player, and this one goes too deep in the end.
You heard Luke Rogan say you ran into each other. I think Futi ran into the opposite player, full pelt, trying to milk a penalty perhaps. Referee Rogan was having none of it.
Rob Harley was the player who got knocked down the big unit.
Yeah, well, I've still got to make the mark.
He takes some knocking down too, let me tell you. That just shows you
I do that and step out of the way, it should be good.
How hard Futi was running at him. You see that kick, and there it is. I'm trying to get out of the way. Oh, come on, ref. We're not laughing at you, Rob. We're laughing with you. Dallin would have flown another 10 metres further than that.
I would have pulled more of a Hollywood dive as well.
Crouch.
All right, approach the half an hour mark so far. Just the 3 penalties in this game. Old Glory DC, the home side. Eager to get their first try on the board. Solid scrum, ball to back from Semi Kunatani. Lefebvre, flat pass in midfield. Good hands from Depperschmidt. Hoyland flies into this one as the fullback. And again, they're cycling well. Robertson puts it to the boot, chases there as well. This one rolls into touch, 5 metres out. Excellent kick from the number 10.
That's where he does so well. Just that game management of Robertson, putting his team in the right areas of the field. Remember, they have the breeze into their faces, so it can be tricky. But early on, I mean, both teams just feeling the other out, aren't they, Dallin? Only the odd, adventurous play.
Come in a little bit,
trying to play it safe, force the error from the opposition.
It's on the 5.
Now Seattle with a bit of pressure.
Blue, take a step.
Struggled a little bit in lineouts last week. Only 77% success versus New England.
Yeah, Kotzer missed a throw earlier. Got this one nicely near his own goal line. And they set Paddy Ryan in to put the forwards up so we can get a clearing kick here from Seattle.
Out now.
JP Smith. Told to use this one from referee Luke Rogan. His trusty left boot, but under all sorts of pressure. So it stays in the field of play. DC. Find Damien Hoyland, the 32-year-old, the Scotsman. They're going to crack on the speed upfield. That's a good carry from the fullback.
On the ball.
Still there for Lefebvre. Again, beautiful boot here from Robertson. This time just painting the other corner. Now come back for the penalty, though.
11 wide was halfway up the ruck. He's got to go retreat all the way back. Offside. Yeah, now I have you, Shander. Yep.
And now a bit of momentum shift in favour of DC. See if they can take advantage of these penalties creeping in from Seattle. Robertson now to the sideline. And their line-out success has been a feature this year. Number 1 actually overall in the league at 90 88.8%, 91% success.
Take a step for me. Get it, boys. Take
Last week they were 100% successful against Chicago. Seattle
inside
just
the 22.
causing some troubles in the lineup. Rickard Hadding stole that last one, or near enough.
And you got Rana Herbst as well as a menace at line-out time. Kirby Mile needs to be accurate here. Uncle played professional rugby for Lenechli and was a Welsh international. They go to Semi Kunatani. He's a tall timber in the front. Paul Mullen there digs in. They stay in the field to play superbly. Mile has it at the back. This is brilliant skill. No, it comes from Corey Daniel now. Daniel flies into the fray for Old Glory DC.
Use it.
The forward's getting ready to attack on the right-hand side. Here's the captain, Rob Harley, the 35er from Glasgow in Scotland.
Yeah.
Behind the back pass. And just accidental crossing there from Kirby Myhill gives away possession. Unfortunate because they were looking dangerous.
That's an opportunity missed for DC. Really was. Great attacking position. The execution at line-out time. The maul, the drive. Corey Daniel breaking away and then charging forward. Just a little miscommunication.
Yeah.
Obstructing
the
defence.
Behind the mark. Yeah, don't run over it like that.
And Seattle, quite frankly, were lucky there. Yeah, that little ball going in behind Myhill.
Blue, you guys are on the line.
Would-be defenders.
Line.
Breathing a sigh of relief now, Seattle, as they work their way out of their red zone, up to the halfway again.
Yeah, great to see Broccoli Guy, their supporter here from Seattle. Made the trip up. Rickard Hadding lifts at the back. Herbst with a beautiful knockdown. Now in midfield come Seattle, the Seawolves. Looking to get over the halfway line. Rousseau finds Ina Futi. Futi with an acceleration into the half gap. Michael Hand, the second's there with him. The US 7's Eagle. Here's Rickard Hadding. Two players come at him. Big collisions there as JP Smith throws a dummy. He finds Kelly Martinez instead. Duncan Matthews in at scrum half. At a standing start, just Mason Peterson, the USA Maccabee Rugby gold medalist. Smith tripping over Harley there, the captain. Kotzer.
Never on ball. Let's play one.
Almost a pinch. It stays with the attacking team, Seattle.
No advantage. Offside. Ball down, Rob. Ball down, Rob.
Just succumbing to the pressure.
Ball down.
DC. Pressure of Seattle's advancing offense. Such a tight game today. Trading blows here. Right across the park.
Stop.
And both teams are great defensive teams, aren't they, Dallin? So it's no surprise that we have a low-scoring game thus far.
Mate, I was right there. If you're going to throw an accusation like that, be very careful, please. Yeah. I didn't hear anything that was any untoward.
Our referee, Luke Rogan, just chatting to Captain Rob Harley. DC's Players Player of the Year in 2024, celebrates his 36th birthday on May 26th. But before he can celebrate that, it's Seattle that'll have another chance to go up by a further 3 here from the boot of Devon Rousseau. Former Blue Bulls and Lions player in the Currie Cup in South Africa. Much further out for his left boot. Got the 22. Distance, but not the direction. So still 6-3 after 32 minutes. Seattle lead here against DC in week 7. Britt Porter, a little message here. Youth rugby team is on track to bring the energy. Yep, that's right, absolutely. Wonderful work here to see DC.
Behind Jason,
they had the under-18 state championship, the Richmond Griffins and the Fort Hunt Warriors, plus winners of the state championship did a lap of honour as well. Great to see the young sensations and future rugby stars here as Rickard Hadding collects her. Speaking of stars, match 100. He cracks it on against Martinez. Warner ships it across field. Matthews on the outside. He's tackled well. DC complaining they want possession here, are not able to get it.
Fellas.
So maybe they did have possession and they knocked it off.
He picked it up and then he lost it forward. There's not a time limit. He's lifted it up and he's lost it forward.
Yeah, and Dallin, little mistakes like that just tell you that the conditions are not favourable. The ball is just slippery enough with this drizzle coming down. Uncharacteristic mistakes from both these teams, feeling out these conditions. In fact, Seattle have given away the least number of turnovers this season with only 61, and DC second least.
Yeah, that's all important indeed. As the teams try to navigate these conditions, standing much closer together. Of course, using the boot successfully as they reset the scrum.
Okay. Yeah, okay, but you have to work harder to get a bind. You have to work harder to get a bind.
Love when the referees also put their coach's hat on. You love to see it.
Great respect for the officials. Lerone White told to get his bind on. His fourth MLR team was with Austin, Chicago, and Houston in recent years.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Played with Seattle back in 2018 when they won the Shield as well. Lerone White, great to see him here. 31-year-old.
Both down. Fly away. Go, go, go.
Seattle maintained possession here. Rousseau behind the back. Creel, wide pass. Oh, just out in front from Inafuti. Couldn't quite get the boot to it either.
The play was looking nice, wasn't it, as the ball came through the hands. Out the back passes as well, decoy runners. And then drifting across, Creel saw Fudi out wide, decided to fire that left-handed pass. I suspect he might be right-handed. That wasn't his preferred side. Again, could be the conditions. Slipped out of the hand.
It's waiting for a dad joke there from you.
No, this is serious stuff, Dan.
Good set piece from DC this time. Robertson floats one to Semi Kunatani, who battles upfield. There's a huge tank.
Timing's fine.
Behind the back pass, beautiful dummy and offload there from Robertson yet again. Sheehy flies into this one. Looked like high contact indeed, with advantage coming. Mullen flies in. DC getting their rhythm. Quick possession. And again, it's the captain, Harley. Goes against the opposite captain, Rickett Hutting. Robertson this time to the boot. Been touched by a Seattle player. Perhaps want to take that line out if it is DC's ball. Indeed.
Clever play once again. Jason Robertson just peppering the sideline, keeping his team at the right end of the field.
Be careful
just
of jumping.
Gradually piles on that pressure to Seattle.
Careful of jumping across, please.
Potentially frustrating them as well.
I understand, but don't jump across.
And look at him here. Just that patience, vision, presence of mind to hold the ball up and then weave it through behind the back of the Seattle defender to find Sheehy. He is class, Robertson.
Pure class indeed. An attacking line-up. We close out the first half. Can DC score here? The forward get their maul set. Kirby Myhill has this one at the back again. The Welsh international player told to use it. Peels away as Myhill takes on Paddy Ryan. Lefebvre find themselves in familiar territory. Behind the back this time to Kelly Martinez in his 50th appearance for DC. Harley waits. He crashes in, does the skipper. Changing direction. Jace Robertson on the other side. Here come DC now. Flying for the corner. Oh, what a score! John Rizzo is in. He's got all the Riz for Old Glory.
Let's see if this try stands. There might be a review. We hope it does. They certainly deserved it. Wonderful team try. Forwards and backs combining. Jason Robertson again. Rizzo on the end of it. Can't wait to have another look. But again, that is as a result of the pressure they've been piling on with the territory and the possession. Jason Robertson switching the play, catching this Seattle defense on the near side off guard, just enough to give Rizzo some space and a run into the try line. He had a bit to do as well, didn't he, Dallin? Some acrobatics there to get the ball down. Thought he'd injured himself in the process.
Yeah, it took a while to get up. John Rizzo, brilliant score. Taking on Andre Warner. Now from the side, Jason Robertson. That was vital in that change of direction to set up the score. Flav pulls this one to the left. But they have the lead back, 8-6, with 2 to go in the half. Old Glory DC have their first score, and it's John Rizzo, his 12th try in Major League Rugby.
Still a tight game, and Seattle can hit back immediately, perhaps nudge themselves in front right at the halftime break. Big psychological battle unfolding here in DC.
We're going to deal with this first. And
they have a team challenge here. So let's see what Rickard Hutting is calling for.
Rickard. Okay. So I understand we have a challenge, but what we can't have is you guys slowing the play down so that the challenge can be looked at. Okay, we can't hang it. You guys, okay, it wasn't thrown when you guys were back there and you guys were walking up. You need to continue to play. You can't delay to have the challenge looked at. Okay. Yes, but it wasn't thrown. You guys need to go up. You can't delay it. Okay. We have a challenge by Seattle. The play is under review. Okay. Thank you.
So the first challenge thrown by Seattle. Let's see what they're looking at here.
So we're challenging a high tackle at, what was the time again, Sarah? 36-35. Okay. 36-35, is that the correct time? Okay. Go back for me, please, to 36-35. Blue are in possession. Go back a little bit more, George. There we go, play it through from here.
So here's what they're looking at.
I'm not seeing anything at that timestamp. I'm seeing no foul play. 36-35. There, ball's in possession of blue. There is no tackle, so there's no foul play. You guys seeing the same? Yep. Okay. I have a decision. After review, there is nothing on the footage at the timestamp given that is foul play. The try will stand. We will play kick-off. Seattle lose their review. There's nothing on that timestamp. There's nothing on the timestamp. At that timestamp, there is nothing there.
Dallin, potentially very costly for Seattle losing their challenge.
Just give us a sec to make sure everyone's in the right spot.
Trying to see now where it possibly could have been.
Okay. Time back on.
So we continue here with under 2 to play in the first half. A deep kick from Seattle. Here's Hoyland. Some nice footwork. Great step. DC lead 8-6. Try stands with John Rizzo. Naylor, Steph Hughes and Ben Seamer and Callum Gibbons as his mentors over the years. As DC go to the halfway line. Of course, it's Matthews that's there, the fullback. Rizzo brings him to the ground nicely. Seattle. Wide ball here for Diavolt Kotza. Former Dallas Jackals in Major League Rugby. Warner stops and puts a kick over the top. Hoyland again, well positioned. Kicks from outside his 22, so he's chasing his own kick. Inafuti's there. This will be a good 1-on-1. He floats it to the left-hand side. Rousseau hammers this one upfield. In these rainy conditions, DC look to counter. That's Rizzo, the try scorer. Daniel in there as well. Former wrestler. Short ball to Mullen.
No,
big frame from Galway and Ireland.
Hold on.
Robertson goes with a kick to the far right-hand side. Jumpers are there from both sides. It's play on. Sheehy's there for DC. And again, they have hands on possession. Martinez taken by Herbst and Peterson. All glory with Hoyland. Almost a little gap there from the fullback, Damien Hoyland. Played over 100 games for Edinburgh Rugby. And there's a gap opening up. Beautiful stuff to Rizzo, cutting back against the grain. Superb from DC. That crowd comes alive. Rizzo still going. I don't believe it. Rizzo, that's ridiculous. Oh, glory, DC. Go bang, bang. It's remarkable.
I'm still not sure how John Rizzo did that. We're going to have another look as his team celebrates that individual effort. Brilliant lead-up work from DC to get into that position. One little missed tackle, a slip out here allowed Rizzo an inside track, and he did not look back. He pinned the ears.
I'm good.
It's like he just fixed his eyes on that try line between the posts. A thing of beauty. The flat pass there. This play right there, just to get in behind the defence. Corey Daniel, superb. And then bamboozling the defence. That is magic stuff from DC, right on the halftime break as well. Wonderful angle here, front on, just looking at the determination of the left wing. I don't think he could believe his luck either, how it just opened up like the Red Sea.
Unbelievable scenes from the home side. Should be an automatic 2 from in front here for Robertson. And that brings the halftime whistle. That's 40 minutes played on the East Coast. And it is the home side, Old Glory DC, that lead 15-6 against Seattle, who are in week 7 of Major League Rugby. Time for a short break. We'll return soon from Fairfax, Virginia. Welcome back to George Mason Stadium. We got the kids, we got the youth, we got the fans out in full display here as Old Glory DC slide into the leading position. Let's hear what William says here on the socials. For some reason, I've seen myself rooting for Old Glory DC, the guys. Absolutely. DC, 2 brilliant scores. You got to love them. They're playing really well at home. Also, 3 of their last 4 home games are at home, which is really good as they build towards the playoffs. Definitely. Those home games are crucial, aren't they? As are the away games. So close, this league at the moment, and congested table. You love to see it. Also love to see the sun peeking through, it seems. And some drizzly conditions in the first half, which definitely played into the tactics of both teams, feeling each other out with kicks, keeping it safe until the final minutes. We saw those breakouts from John Rizzo, getting his team across the try line. And one thing's for sure, Dallin, set ourselves up for a thrilling second half. Can't wait. The Poochers are out in force as well. It's like Wags with Wags. Mother's Day celebration in full effect at this new venue. Kids are loving it. Oh no, 15 with a tackle. It's lifted beyond the 90. That's a yellow card. Yellow card, 10 minutes in the bin. But love the mullet. Great work here from the young sensations. Future stars here at George Mason Stadium. Used for soccer and lacrosse, and now of course home for rugby. Used to love these little games as a youngster, didn't you? I remember sliding on the grass where they painted the sponsor. I had to dirty up my jersey as much as I could. Tell you what, love your mum on Mother's Day. I know you didn't appreciate it back then. Always good for the laundry. Probably the only time you had dirty shorts there, not doing a lot of tackling in your day. That's a shame. That's a shame. Fans can get their great merch, of course. Old Glory DC have some wonderful kit on display as well. As we gear up here for the second half, week 7 of Major League Rugby that you're watching. These two sides tied at 3 apiece. What's interesting about the stats too is 5 of the 6 victories have come from the home team winning. DC, true to form, have that lead here in their home game. Well, it makes a lot of sense too, just seeing these fans come out in numbers despite the weather. And this home team giving the crowd what they deserve for showing up. That's what you want to see. Everyone's in good spirits. Yeah, I love that. Also, they have DC partnered with Rugby Virginia, the youth rugby organization. That's why the state champs have been played here, and they were played on Saturday, so all the kids can be here to watch their heroes here on Sunday as well. And then the coach education, chatted to Simon Cross, who see the players coming back. He said they've got a coaches group that they personally work with, nearly 50 members strong, and they're all here. They're normally sitting together, but some of them have upgraded to the VIP, so they can have better seats and talk about the game in that area there. It's so great, though, that coach education. It definitely is. You've got to take care of those pathways, haven't you? The grassroots of the game is so important for the future of rugby in America. And it's not just about the young players, it's about giving them the best coaching possible. So the fact that they're rewarding those coaches, encouraging them to come out, speak with their mentors as well, the likes of Simon Cross and this DC coaching unit. There's Rickard Hutting. Father Drickers played for the Springboks in the 1990s. His uncle, Ruben Kruger, won the Rugby World Cup with South Africa in 1995. Rickard Hutting on his 100th appearance so far. He needs a big second half with his side. They trailed 2 tries to nothing so far, 15-6 to score. But of course, we mentioned that strong breeze in the first half. Now they get an opportunity to play against it as well.
Well, the big question is, will we see Rickett Hatting have another conversion attempt today?
That's right.
He practiced last week for his 99th game in case he got an opportunity in his 100th today. Successful as well.
Great kick of the ball. 48 tries to his name, the record try holder for Seattle. There he is with a big beard. Rickett Hatting supports World Vision Charity as well, a global Christian humanitarian charity that works with children and families and communities as well. Lovely work off the field from the big man, Rickett Hatting. Originally from Pretoria in South Africa. Second half, ready to go. Luke Rogan with the whistle in hand. 40 minutes left in the nation's capital to see who leaves with important points for the standings. And it is Seattle in white. Oh, awkwardly falling there is Paddy Ryan, and DC have picked this one up in navy on the left of your screen, who lead 15-6. They get the first penalty of the second half.
Number 11 just stuck his arm out.
Not what Seattle wanted to do. No. Straight out of the gates in this second half. Just hand the home team, who are in front at the moment, with an easy penalty.
Yeah, don't go over it for me.
Remember now, if these conditions have stayed the same, DC should have a breeze at their backs. Oh, that kick just kind of demonstrates that, and that's actually a mistake from the number 10
Mate,
for DC.
For me, he touched that, and he's just stuck an arm, yeah? No, I'm not going to check everything because you've asked me.
Let's just check with the side team, see what they say.
Mate, I'm not going to check every single call because you're asking me to check it.
Hey, if you don't ask, you don't get, right? Rickett Hatting, can you blame him, the captain?
You're so right. Keep those lines of communication open. Although Luke Rogan says, no, don't bother me while I'm working.
Let's go, fellas. Yep.
There he is, Rickett Hatting. But you're right, that wind actually not proving to be in your favour when you're playing with it. We saw a couple of kicks that go long from Seattle in the first half, and now DC do the same thing.
Crouch.
Attacking scrum for the Seawolves.
Bind.
Robbie Abel, their forwards coach, originally from the Utah Warriors in recent times, former Maori All Black, who was with Super Rugby in Brumbies, Rebels and Waratahs teams as well. Here's a ball for Warner to work with, and Seattle on the offensive. Duncan Matthews cuts through one. Smith looking for quick ball. Here's Rickett Hatting. Again, another strong carry from the number 8. Hand is with him. Smith with a beautiful pass of his. Finds Paddy Ryan, gaining good meters for Seattle. Warner attacks the line, turns it back. Here's Creel. Here's a big unit at inside centre. Dan Creel, twin brother Jesse, a double Rugby World Cup champion with South Africa. Nice kick for Futi on that far side. Bouncing up and just goes out as well. Lovely little kick, and did it touch his hand before it went out? Yes, it did.
Touched. You were in front.
Oh dear, yeah. The arm is out in favour of Seattle for the line out. You see what John Rizzo was trying to do, just usher that ball over the sideline. Got caught in two minds. Do I play it? Is it staying in? Could be somebody had his back to the defence as well. Oh, I think it just didn't expect that ball to jump up the way it did at the end there.
Yeah, got his old armpit there. Here comes Seattle now. Hatting receives this one. The Seawolves yet to score a try in this game. We're in the second half, and it's been pinched here from Semi Kunatani, and DC have it. Oh, glory. Excellent work on the defensive side of things. Mullen ducks down low.
Rickard, take a step back.
Played at Rugby World Cup 2019 in Japan. Lefebvre, to the sky he goes. Good reliever for DC. Inafuti into his fullback. Matthews cuts back the short side, throws a beautiful dummy. Does Duncan Matthews. Steps another. Duncan Matthews, I don't believe it. What a breakout from the fullback. Takes him deep into the 22. A pick around the fringes from T.I. Vavau, the USA Falcon. To the left, Smith looks. Jivan Rousseau. Tackle to the deck. More advantage here for Seattle. Loose ball to Paddy Ryan. Michael Hand, the second, in there as well. Seawolves pick and go. Vavau still keeps it alive for the visiting side. Yet to score in this game. Reno Herbst with another advantage.
Number 6, high tackle.
Peterson waits to the right-hand side. Here he comes. He offloads. Warner goes to the right-hand side. This is dangerous. A lovely delayed pass. Creel is very close. Rickett Hatting in game 100. Just short. Smith goes over the top. Beautiful pass. Inafuti scores. The Seattle Seawolves are in the corner. Try awarded. They're back in the game.
Well, so much happened in that last 2 minutes. Dallin, Inafuti scoring the easiest try of his life. But this is where it all started. Duncan Matthews, you cannot afford to relax in counter-attack when this man is the man you're kicking to. And that's exactly what DC did. They gave him space, they gave him time, and he took it. And then from then it was just side to side for Seattle, probing. A couple of penalty advantages as well. That helped their cause because they just piled too much pressure on DC. A well-deserved try, and Seattle back in the game.
Inafuti, first player to score 2 hat-tricks in Major League Rugby. He gets another. He's 28 total tries in the competition. A superb response from Alan Clark's side. Clark's 6th season with Seattle and joined in 2021, former Ireland international hooker. It's an important conversion here from Devon Rousseau out wide. (15-11), looking to close that gap for the visiting side. Conversion looks to fall short to the left. It's 15-11, 45 minutes gone. Seattle scored their first try.
It's feet. I understand your frustration. What I can't have is you screaming at me constantly.
Yeah, we're getting that same picture though, same as them.
I understand, but you got driven off. Okay, I can't have you screaming at me the whole time.
Luke Rogan expressing his healthy boundaries.
He's receiving an earful from Rickard Hutting and Jace Robertson from both sides. Hutting takes this one with a beard. Kotzer comes in. Penalty to Seattle.
In there, mate. No, it's not a conversation. It's clearly in there.
You see little lapse in concentration. Instead of piling on the pressure straight after being scored on, they've let Seattle off the hook somewhat. And now Rousseau a chance to slow things down, get his team well into DC territory. He's done that, not well into territory, but at least they're out of their own half now. Seattle, can they go back to back?
Seattle, a lot of side of things happening. They're hosting a military game, the British Army, on June 9th in Seattle. UK military are playing them for the US's 250th anniversary. Some great things happening at Starfire Stadium. Across in midfield, here's Creel crashing into the line. Great line from Dan Creel, the inside centre. Oh, just lost with possession there on the second wave of the attack.
Slippery ball again. Clearly that's the case. In these conditions, just preventing both sides from getting into the groove. Yes, they've had some good plays, but not extended periods of continued phases. And I say it's the conditions, Dallin, because we just don't often see these teams make handling errors the way they are today.
No, that's all right. Callum Botcher was the one that dropped that one. He was such a great game last week. He was highlighted by Coach Alan Clark for doing a lot of the hard work in the tight.
Certainly, yes. It's been great.
Robertson waits on that left-hand side. Kunatani with a big scrum. They'll have to reset things.
Scrum.
You're getting walked, bro.
Yeah. If you want the reward, you got to
difficult
go
to see who
Same
really has the ascendancy, isn't it, in scrums today. Early on, I thought it might be DC. Seattle also a couple of penalties and free kicks themselves.
It has been fairly even. Semi Kunatani, the number 8 for DC. He's highlighted in the pre-chat as well with Simon Cross saying what a talent he is in the side. That's now a penalty towards the home side. Delight with their forward pack as well. Always good to see the backs come in and celebrate the hard work from the forwards.
Take him back. Take him back. At 1, drop his blind.
Extra attention after the whistle there.
He just dropped his blind. On the mark.
And by here, I think he's referring to Lerone White. There's the big number 1. Just collapsing there. giving away the penalty. Is this ball out? It is not.
Duncan Matthews keeps it in the field of play. Unafuji there with the left leg bandaged. He puts the kick over the top. Bounces. And the flag is out there. So this win proving troubling for both sides and their kickers.
Numbers.
Don't shout at the AR.
Great play from Seattle there. Keeping the ball in play.
Numbers 5.
Could have easily been a line-out throw for DC in a very ominous position for Seattle, but no. Get themselves out of jail.
Nah, he's fine, he's fine.
Take at the top there from Aiden King. The young gun going well. Robertson in midfield. Here's Timmy Kunitani, drops one to the ground. What a shot that was.
Happy, play on, play on.
Seattle asking for a knock-on, but DC keep rumbling upfield. King with another good carry. Behind the back pass. Here's Robertson in a bit of space. The outside centre there. Deppersmith is there as well, known as the Cyborg. Born in Area 51, so he claims. Martinez. Out of University of British Columbia. Here's Myhill yet again. Carries hard for Old Glory.
He's onside now.
Lefebvre, not a lot of options yet. He gets pulled to the ground from Bavau. Hoyland goes in at scrum half. Another short ball. King. DC debut.
Sorry.
He joined from Nola Gold.
Neck roll, number 1.
I'm just laughing at Hatting again, just
Number
getting
1,
in the ear of
neck
Luke
roll.
Rogan, reminding him it's not the first croc roll. Croc roll, of course, is an illegal attempt to remove the opposite player from ruck. It's dangerous for the neck. It's just keeping the game safe.
Sorry, number 3.
Decent kick.
I get
So
you
now
released as
Seattle.
well, but just be careful. Sorry, it was number 3 now.
Territory.
Good kick from the Seawolves.
We're good.
Just 10 rounds this season. 5 home, 5 away for each side. Well, we mentioned both these sides have 3 of their 4 remaining games at home. All important to get as many points on those standings. Top 4 going to the semi-finals. Here's JP Smith in midfield. It's Creel yet again. Dan Creel bashes it upfield. Botcha. Callum Botcha, the Canadian international. Played with New Plymouth in New Zealand. Kotze does well. This gap opens up on the outside. Andre Warner's in the corner. Wonderful from Warner. Seattle have their second in the second half.
Sensational sequence. Not just the finish there from Warner. That was superb. With a build-up, equally impressive from line-out time. Everyone doing their job perfectly. And came to this area. Look at that ball from Kotze, just out the back. Perfectly placed right into the breadbasket of Warner. Warner decided to pass,
Between the 15
but then he
and
noticed the
the
gap
blue.
in front, and he took it, and he had enough gas to get there. The experienced player can't give him room to move either.
And with that, they go back in the lead, 16-15. Andre Warner, normally a scrum half, he's played there all season and last year with Houston as well. Now so versatile, filling in the number 10 jersey as well. His teammate from Houston, who's with Seattle, Davey Kutzer, out until next week apparently. What a shift he's put in the last couple of weeks. Devon Rousseau again, getting a lot of practice off the tee. Nails it from far. What a kick that is. 18-15, 52 minutes gone, and Seattle find themselves in front again.
Doesn't he love it too? All smiles from the sideline, and that could prove the difference in the end. These conversions are so important, especially in these tight matches, Dallin. Every point counts. I get the feeling this one is going to go right down to the wire.
Absolutely agree with you. Jason Robertson gets us back underway. Deeper kick to Rickard Hutting for Seattle. The Seawolves captain charges upfield. Owns a residential construction company as well. First professional rugby, and then he's got something set up for when he's done eventually. Rousseau off the left boot again. Finds touch nicely. A little cheeky there from Jace Robertson.
2 things. Hop out of the 5. Jason, don't deliberately throw it into him like that. Let's go.
Naughty boy, Jason.
Yeah, don't be inside the 5. Just in general. You were right. Yeah. You're right there.
Great to get the audio and the commentary from Luke Rogan. DC, time for them to strike back. Head coach Simon Cross. Well, one inside to go, but overthrown to the back of the line out. Here comes Kotsa. He hits Semi Kunatani hard. High tackle from the Fijian Olympic gold medalist. Rousseau wanted to pop it on the left boot, but they'll take the penalty instead.
You need to be lower. You need to be lower.
Well, an unhappy couple of minutes now for DC.
Thank you, mate.
Giving up more penalties.
Thanks, mate. Thanks
Trying to hit back after conceding a try. Doesn't go in their favour, and now definite momentum shift in favour of the visitors. Seattle, Rousseau pumping it into the crowd.
That's 2 on number 8. It's got to be better.
Look at this now. Yeah, it was a high. He is a big man, but he's got to get lower than that. Semi Kunatani.
Oh, do you want him on his knees?
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Hey,
about,
whatever it
about
takes.
8 feet tall.
Whatever it takes.
He's a monster of a unit. There he is.
Come on.
I've actually played sevens against Semi Kunatani. My back is still sore from trying to tackle that unit.
Right, let's go.
Didn't get a hand on him, unfortunately. You can see he's a gold medal Olympian, what a star he's been over the years, and still going strong. Played with RC LA in previous seasons in Major League Rugby as well.
Let's go.
Well, Dallin, what is he now? He's 36, so he must have been 21 when you played against him.
Yeah, no, it's 22. Here we go. Nice catch there. As Seattle go back on the offensive again. 2 tries they've scored here in the second half. Krill gets over the advantage line. Warner fires one wide. Duncan Matthews, the elusive fullback. It's another contact point. Bocho off the shoulder.
Whoa.
Oh, big collision off the ball there as well. Players flying in from both sides.
Again, just momentum halted for Seattle. Callum botching that one.
Yeah.
There it is.
Don't know what you're talking about. Rick Rose. What a demon he's been as well, especially in defence. One of the top tacklers of this league.
Tia Babao as well, the youngster, 24 years old from Seattle. Seawolves 2026 first overall collegiate draft pick, originally from America's Samoa. He's another one for the future.
Definitely, Dallin.
Yeah, time's off. Time's off. We got like one boot here, one boot there.
Love seeing these US players coming through, whether homegrown or US qualified.
Well, time for our second hydration break. Happening shortly, and it is Seattle that lead here by 18-15. Stay with us. We'll be right back in a moment. Our second hydration break was brought to you by Recover 180. The organic sports hydration drink built for today's athlete. As Michael Hand goes in the corner. It's a try. They started without us. Michael Hand, the second, has a score here, and it's try number 3 for Seattle.
You look away, and look what happens. Although this doesn't look too good for Callum Botcher. So, thankfully,
You're like 40 seconds.
oh, the little forward pass intercepted, and Michael Hand taking it to the corner. Well spotted from him, and it was Michael Jassim still on the ground. We hope he's okay. Doesn't look like he is,
20
Dal.
seconds.
No, he's getting some attention, but what a second half from the Seattle Seawolves. So 3 tries there, and the replacement does come on here for Seattle. It'll be Nolan Tuimoheloa, but firstly Devon Rousseau with that brilliant boot of his. Looked good, but no, flag stay down. 23-15 the score here in the second half, and the Seawolves extend their lead.
Okay.
Let's take another look, and this might give a clue as to what happened to Michael Hand at the end. Good effort from Robertson.
So just give him a second.
He just seemed to fall awkwardly. Doesn't look good at all, being carried off the field.
Placement for DC as well. We'll get to that in just a moment with Colin Gross on the field. Don't forget to use hashtag MLR2026. Who's the youngest on the squads today? Let us know. That's a trivia question I'm throwing out to you. Otherwise, it is Seattle with 3 tries in the second half. And DC have a lot to answer for in the next 20 minutes.
We've had a rock, so it's there. Do you want to do water, Sarah?
Not the greatest clearance either for Seattle, so here's an opportunity for DC.
Hydration. Hydration.
So we will take our hydration break in just a moment. And Seattle 23, DC 15. We'll be back in just a moment here from George Mason Stadium.
Yeah.
Our second hydration break was brought to you by Recover 180, the organic sports hydration drink built for today's athletes. Well, Michael Hand will be having a few Recover 180s right now as he's on the side there after a brilliant score. His side up here in the second half. I wonder what they said at halftime.
Well, just on Michael Hand, he looked to be in good spirits, so that's something positive. Yeah, I always wish I was a fly on the wall for both teams at halftime. So curious to hear what's happening in there, what's being said, especially for Seattle, like you mentioned. What did Clarkey say? Because they went in down and they've come out firing.
One try away from a bonus point already, Seattle. All Glory DC need to work hard to stay in this game. They lost that first encounter 33-16, and it was about 20 minutes to go where Seattle pulled up the tempo and scored a few tries to win it. Myhill.
Good contest.
Finds Rick Rose. His dad, Rick Rose Sr., played rugby at Beacon Hill in the 70s. That's when Mark Stabino was in his prime. Myhill going strong at the back here with Old Glory. Now told to use it from Luke Rogan.
There it is, play on.
There he is. Myhill engages. Lefebvre. Quick hands. DC on the hunt. Kepper-Schmidt's there, the cyborg. Short ball behind the back. It's a low one to handle for Kelly Martinez. And an error creeps in.
Oh, DC seem to be on the charge. Better stuff from the men in blue. You saw what Lefebvre was trying to do. It was Rob Harley coming in on that angle. Nice decoy run, but just that pass from Lefebvre dipping ever so slightly. Cannot afford it when the conditions are greasy. It's got to be in the chest. Unless you're wearing a pair of Dallin Stanford gloves.
Now all of a sudden you want them.
Crouch.
Served me well, never dropped a single pass.
Bind.
Never gave one either.
Set.
Shreds continue as we heat up here with 20 to go. At the back of that scrum for DC is Colin Gross. We'll get to him in just a moment. As Rousseau fires one downfield for Seattle. In the field of play to Damien Hoyland. The fullback drifts and now cuts back again. A little jump step as well. Takes on his opposite number. Duncan Matthews, who goes high. Penalty for Old Glory.
Yeah, I'm going to have a look at both of those. On us. Time off. Just separate from me, fellas. We're going for an ref-initiated review. I want to have a look at the tackle and then the clean out.
I did think that from Matthews. It was a heavy collision, 15 on 15, but Matthews did seem to jump into that ever so slightly, didn't he, Dallin?
Yeah, he did. You're so right. So we're going to see what Luke Rogan's going to look at now.
Here it is, Matthews.
Okay, so we're looking at the tackle first. Just slow it down for me, mate. Slow it down.
Oh.
You said it, Dallin. Ow. Could both of those cancel the other out?
You got any other angle for that?
Well, both leave the field.
Sure.
Rob Harley here is the captain of DC, comes in with a clear out, and it's the high tackle here from Duncan Matthews also.
I was thinking the same thing. Luke Rogan asking for a different angle.
A lot of it comes through the force comes through the chest first. Okay. So we do have head contact. It is foul play because 15 could be in a better position. It is a high degree of danger because of the speed we're at, but there is mitigation that most of the force is through the chest and then it's indirect onto the head. So I'm at yellow card for 15 white, and then I just want to look at the clean out here, George, so if you can just play through. It's the clean out by 4 blue. Okay, yeah, rewind that please. Okay, slow that down. Okay, so there's definitely...
This is the tackle from Matthews.
That arm is tucked. It's direct head contact. Just go back, George, for me.
See that head being thrown back
Okay,
from
he's got a clear
Hoyland.
line of sight. So that is foul play. There is head contact there. It's a high degree of danger, and I'm not seeing any mitigation for that. Do you guys agree?
Can we watch it in full time again?
Yeah, go back
I do
to it
agree.
again.
Of course, now they're moved forward from this
Yeah.
exchange. We're having another look at it, but the referees are having a look at potential
So the initial
yellow
So the
card
initial
from
yellow
Rob
card
Harley.
will be on
Let's have a
15
listen.
White,
Red, in fact.
and then the penalty will be reversed, and there'll be a 20
Red, yes,
red
Darren, you might
card
be
on
right.
4 blue for the clean out.
Oof, what a blow. That's what we're looking at there. So
Okay, I have a decision. Following a referee-initiated review, we do have original head contact by 15 white. It is foul play because he could be lower. It is a high degree of danger. However, there is mitigation as most of the force is through the chest and it's indirect head contact. So it will be a yellow card for 15 white. After that, at the ruck, 4 blue, you've come in with a tucked arm. It's direct shoulder to the head. It will be a 20-minute red card. Penalty
So
will be
there we have
reversed.
it.
Nope.
A red for Rob Harley, the captain of DC. A yellow for the fullback of Seattle, Duncan Matthews. 20-minute red card. He won't come back, but somebody else can replace him. Wow. 20 minutes to go, and it's all happening.
the drama, Dallin, and you just, I hate to say it, but especially from that angle there, that's really not the play you expect from a captain coming in. Paddy Ryan, he was in no position to steal the ball. He was off his feet, and Rob Harley just went through with it anyway. Unnecessary stuff.
And in fact, there's 20 minutes left in the game, so nobody will return for DC.
So they are a man down. You're absolutely right. Crucial part of the game.
Rob's off.
Oh, Paddy Ryan, I feel for you. Better you than me, pal.
He's still on a warning down here for repeated infringements, yeah.
So here we go.
First time
Seattle
we've been
find
back
themselves now in the driving seat on attack. 3 tries so far for their account.
No contest.
Kotzer goes to the front. Tiago Val takes this one, the young gun. The maul is set yet again. The Seawolves inside the 22, ready to strike.
Use it.
Smith in midfield. Creel behind the
I brought
back.
him in, JP. I brought him in.
Nice pass there from Warner.
No effect.
Rhino Herbst crashes upfield with Lerone White.
No one, don't touch.
The Val
No.
goes in as well. Creel
6, move!
again drives up, takes 2 players with him.
6 has got to roll, you're okay.
Nolan Tuimoaloa is wearing 22 there in Seattle's colours. Lerone White again, the 31-year-old from Kentucky. Herbst charges upfield, they miss him. They go to Paddy Ryan instead. Ryan gets them back on the front foot. A beautiful dummy there from JP Smith. Very close from the scrum off.
One step back. Advantage.
The forwards keep working on the right-hand side, and advantage for the visiting side. Time to pounce for a bonus point try.
No advantage.
It is not coming
Number
quite
1.
there,
Offside.
so they'll start 5 metres
right,
out.
Yep. Because there's an option to go quick. Jason, number 1.
Oh, no.
Repeated infringements down here, mate. He's clearly offside. Yellow card. Have a chat to you boys. This is going to continue to happen if you boys don't increase your discipline down here.
Devastating stuff for DC. And of course, with one man down, like you mentioned, Alan, not just any man, their captain playing with one less, the pressure now that Seattle just pile onto DC. You're going to get penalties like this, but Luke Rogan has already made his intentions known. Don't let it keep happening, because I'll keep yellow carding you.
Yeah, Kelly Martinez goes to his side. His girlfriend Nicole is here as well in his 50th appearance for DC. So he'll watch for the next 10 minutes. They'll be down to 13.
First half there was different because he got gained. Yeah.
10 minutes with 13 players, and they're on their try line. Does not bode well for DC. But hey, stranger things have happened in rugby, and we've seen DC grow an extra leg before. They're going to have to grow an extra 3 to keep this Seattle side from crossing the try line.
Now Seattle could opt for a scrum, and if they do here, someone else will need to come onto the field for DC. So they'll lose a different player. They need their front row forwards, and you see their replacement coming on right now.
Let's go. Mark's here.
Well, expect to see Seattle go at this DC scrum. They're going to throw everything at them, see what they can get from scrum time.
Time back on.
Huge moment in the game for Seattle Seawolves, the visiting side. So vital to get points away from home, and they're on the verge of getting a 4th try as well. Rickett Hutting looks up. JP Smith goes to Creel. Crashes upfield. He's over. The big centre, Dan Creel, crashes through, and Seattle have a bonus point.
Too big, too strong. Dan Creel, we've seen him do it before. Too much pressure from this Seattle team. DC were up to the task at the scrum, but they were not when this man got his hands on the ball.
It's just inside the post. Yeah.
No stepping, no weaving, only one way for Dan Creel. Perfectly timed pass from JP Smith. 3 missed tackles that close to the line. Well, you'd hate to see Dan Creel bearing down at you. What a sight.
A tremendous try in front of his super subs as well. Converted. Should be 30 points to 15. And Dan Creel scores his 13th try for Seattle. Here are the extra 2. The flags go up. What a performer Creel's been over the years. We mentioned his wife Candice, their kids Summer and Cruz watching on. They'll be delighted with their 4th try and a bonus point wrapped up.
And this yellow and red card for DC proving extremely costly, Darren. Can they stop the rot? Uncharacteristic as well. Best team in the league for discipline thus far, DC. Only 3 yellow cards until this game. Now a red and a yellow at the worst time possible.
So right, some replacements coming in. We'll get to that in a second from Simon Cross side for DC.
Okay, time back on.
So Steph Hughes, Stan South, Fumi Reyes, Billy Whiteside, and Sean McNulty's on the field. Here's Rickett Hutting, crashes 1 to the ground for the Seawolves. Another big collision there. That is the replacement, Sean McNulty. US Eagle, play with 6 different MLR franchises. I'll be working with his brother, Harry McNulty, at the Algarve Sevens coming up next month. Irish Sevens sensation at Olympia. Hoyland goes over the top for DC. What can they bring to the game here? Aiden Ridgway's on the park as well. That's Colin Gross, captain of the USA Military 15s tour to London recently, coached by Alan Clark, who's coaching Seattle today. They know each other well, so does Koi Nelligan. He was on that tour also. Quick possession here for Robertson to work with the flat line of defence comes up, the seawall as it's known. The penalty stays the way for the home side.
Well, that was fortuitous for DC. But just as you said that, Dallin, that seawall, knowing they have 2 extra men on the field, well, actually 1, because they have 1 in the bin, but they know that they're fragile at the moment. They're vulnerable, DC, so expect to see Seattle just racing up to shut them down. Do not discount DC, especially when they have a man like Jason Robertson who can do anything at any time. They have the players to do it. Seattle just need not to take the foot off the gas right now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Connor Robertson wearing 17 in on the DC side, scored 8 tries so far. Sister plays for the Boston women's rugby side. Beautiful take there from Colin Gross. Father signed up for rugby during high school. Mentors Kyle Sumption and Matt Sherman. Mahill peels away, does the hooker. Kirby Mahill for All Glory. Getting them back on attack.
I'll move.
Here goes Aiden King. Aiden Ridgway, the 25-year-old. Quick ball. There's Colin Gross now. Does well. Younger brother plays rugby for the University of Arizona. What a carry that is. Ridgway, short ball. Here's the cyborg into a bit of space rush. Depper Smith. Ridgway goes to the left-hand side. Oh, that one's been dropped by DC. So close on attack. Chase Robertson not happy with that. They're just putting the phases together. The replacement's really good with Colin Gross and Aiden Ridgway coming onto the field. There's Ridgway in 21.
Let's go, fellas. Yep.
He went to the MLR Rising trial, selected in the 2024 MLR draft.
Let's go.
Seawolves looking to clear their lines here. 14 minutes to go or so.
Quick reset.
DC still to 13 players.
Quick reset, please.
DC putting the faces together. I like the injection of some of the replacements coming on, but just again handling errors creeping in and preventing the try.
So right. Crucial, these replacements are. They know they have a hell of a job. Come in, provide some fresh legs. Some of them have to play like 2 players out there, given only 13 men on the field.
Rickett Hutting picks this one up, finds JP Smith. Here's Warner on the outside. Cutting back in, nice, he's in a Footy again. Quick ball for the forwards to work with. McNulty lost that one. Difficult one to handle for him.
It hit the player in front of him, so it's lost forward.
Just what DC needed. Keep Seattle down here, and they can wind down the clock for Martinez to come back on.
Ball was way up. Yeah.
At least they can take time off that yellow card offence. Wheeled the wrong way to go to the right-hand side, but good play. Footy doing well to stay away from danger. But McNulty, once again, probably not used to the conditions. He only just come on. Great defence from DC. Expect to see more of that, Dallin. Trying to pinch the ball. Corey Daniel nearly stole the ball, and it's going to take some of these leaders for DC to make the big-time play to keep them in the game.
In the front row there is number 18, Connor DeVos. He's the youngest player on the field. That was a trivia question, 22 years of age. Here's Robertson behind the back. Beautiful delayed pass. What a breakout here. Sheehy, superb work. Still going. Owen Sheehy, the 27-year-old, the local player. Robertson goes to the far side. Hoyland's in the corner. DC on the board again. Damien Hoyland, sparkling try from the fullback.
Dallin, I hate to say I told you so. DC, do not discount them. 13 men on the field. But when you've got the likes of Robertson, Sheehy with the run. Incredible stuff from the right winger. Have another look. Out the back and then through. Shakes off one defender, then 2, then 3. Does extremely well to hold on to the ball. Gets right up to the 5-metre line, and it was a mere formality. Plenty of work to do. And that's the man you want to do it. Damien Hoyland, just off the right foot. Rousseau thought he had him, covered him well, but the fancy feet of Damien Hoyland proved too much. What a finish, Dallin.
Amazing. 10 points the difference so far, Can. Jason Robertson cut that down to 8. Sideline conversion attempt.
Yes, he can.
Is fantastic. 30-22 Seattle lead. 10 minutes to go. Damien Hoyland scores. And my next trivia question, because nobody got the first one right, use hashtag MLR 2026. Who's the top try scorer in Major League Rugby who's on the field right now? It's not for you to answer.
No, I got enough to think about. You're testing me out too much.
Wow, what a test this is for Seattle as well, and DC. Two scores in it. The 13 players still on the field for all glory. We mentioned these sides are just one competition point away on the standings together. A win so important for either side. There's a stunning take here from DC. So next play, we'll have the return of their yellow card. Seattle first, which was their fullback. There's Duncan Matthews. Take there from JP Smith. Down there, DC all over this one.
He's on his feet. You've rolled over.
Look at the fist pumping, Dallin. They are not done yet. And here the home crowds come to life as well. Never say die. Corey Daniel, instrumental as always. Jason Robertson too.
Shot, Jason.
He's going to have a crack, is he? He wants the tee. He's got whatever breeze there is behind him. Why not?
Well, he knows they need to score twice.
Exactly.
So might as well get the penalty out the way and then leave the last few minutes for a try potentially.
So he slots this one. Let's say they don't actually get that last try. At least they have a losing bonus point. They've only scored 3 tries, DC, so they haven't got the try bonus just yet. Look at the celebrations from Depperschmidt. Seattle taking the foot off the gas, allowing DC to come back. Here we go.
Jason Robertson. Off the massive right boot of his. The 007 of rugby nails it again. 30-25, 1 score left in this game.
Crowd are on their feet. We're on our feet. Jason Robertson. And they're about to get their player back on the field for the 10-minute sin bin.
Hoyland takes in that far side for DC. Their crowd really alive in this contest.
Use it.
The young state championship players as well from the local Rugby Virginia youth program, witnessing an unbelievable second half here. Started out with 3 tries from Seattle to get them going and get them on the front foot. And now DC have a chance to potentially win it. Hutting flicks it back. Peterson is there as well. Here comes Botcher now, and the Seawolves whistle does sound.
We'll go back to the lost forward.
7 to play. Oof. Holding my breath here. It was danger territory for DC. Seattle on the charge. This is where they want to be, this end of the field.
Yeah.
So DC now, all important scrum. DC have been solid. They managed to hold out Seattle just before Dan Creel's try. 1 person less in that scrum as well. You'd have to back them in this occasion as well.
And Liki Changtung wearing 16 for Seattle. He's in the middle of that scrum out of Canberra, Australia. Born in Hawaii.
You stood up as well. I understand, but don't just stand up. Let's go. Quick reset, please. Hold your way back from me.
Drake Davis also in backfield, on the field, the replacement speedster, former LSU Tigers wide receiver.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
JP Smith feeds here. Looking to ice the game for the Seawolves. 2-time Major League Rugby champion. Here's Davis now, the big frame. Drake Davis beats ones. Still drives the legs, gets the pass away. Tuimo Aloha on the outside. The USA Sevens player sets a contact point inside the 22. Excellent from the Seawolves. Smith finds his captain, Hutting.
Away, what? Blue. No.
Told to leave it. Aiden King tries to pinch possession. Warner with a short ball. Botcher flies in.
Away, Blue.
Herbst with him. Seattle with Jerome White. Carries hard at minute 75. Creel scored 1 already. Finds Warner. Just floats this one. Too low for the replacement Drake Davis to handle.
Well, cheers from the home crowd for that mistake from Seattle. Willing their side in this final 5 minutes. Such a close game. Seattle in command, but DC charging back.
We've got some subs, fellas. Okay, HIA back on. 13 on. All right, let's go. Time back on. White.
We've seen that man, Dallin. number 10, Jason Robertson, in these high-pressure situations, driving his team to victory. Can he do it now?
Yep, he has John Powers off the bench as well for his side. Nice take there from Rick Rose, the 24-year-old. Short line, stunning work. Hitting the deck there, Corey Daniel, 17 caps for the US Eagles, two-time state champion wrestler. Aiden Ridgway goes over the top. Player out of Johannesburg, South Africa. The leap is there. Matthews back on the field. What a take. Davis steps one, keeps it alive. Beautiful ball to Lerone White. Seawolves bringing the energy and the hype again. Reckon hunting one more time.
Ball's clearly available. Use it.
Smith. The 100th MLR start was last week out of Queen's College in South Africa. Matthews ripping it wide. Tuimoaloa finds him back on the inside. Slips, the ball goes loose. That has happened quite a lot today. But we can chat about our player of the match contenders, Stabby.
Well, why not? Plenty of them as well. Substitute. A tight game. This one's going to be very tricky to select. We still don't know the final score. Anything could happen. There's a number of players. Here's three that come to mind. Dan Creel, especially with that try, that just extended their lead. Duncan Matthews safe all game, putting them in the right end of the field. Of course, John Rizzo with his 2 tries. Got to give a shout out to Jason Robertson as well, who's been outstanding, right on cue. There's the man from New Zealand, Andre Warner, outstanding for Seattle. And of course, Rickett Hadding, good captain's knock today as well. He's been tireless. Number of players to choose from.
Yeah, so many standouts in this game. John Rizzo, 2 tries in the beginning.
Set.
Under 3 minutes to go. 30 to 25. DC trailing. Wide ball. DC look to take it. Push it one channel out there. John Rizzo, 2 tries already. Player that supports the Humane Society. Wonderful work off the field. Very flat pass there to Daniel. Rose in as well. Aiden Ridgway, quick ball. Old Glory DC, a long way to go for them, but can they bust out here? Hoyland gets Myhill. John Powers on as well, looking to create an impact. Colin Gross, national champion at Army West Point. Good hands for Old Glory, but they're well inside their half. Something needed, a spark, a half break. Hoyland whips it wide.
No, it's on the shoulder.
Shot comes in on the shoulder, says Luke Rogan with advantage. Here's Jace Robertson looking to spark some magic. Gets the offload. Oh, so close to Sheehy, who's sprinting on the inside.
No advantage. 12 up the tackles down.
Oh, okay. So Dallin. Penalty, which is just what they want. You could see how strong that Seattle defense was. And all it took was a little high tackle. Now you've got Jason Robertson, breeze behind this kick. Look at him breathe, focus. He needs to get DC as far down as possible. Ah, that's a beauty. Oh, here we go, minute and a half. DC with the crowd behind them. What a game, what a finish. Seattle are very nervous, even though they have the numerical advantage. 15 players on the field for Seattle, only 14 courtesy of that red card to the captain, Harley.
And a minute to go for Old Glory DC at home. Rose.
Oh, no.
Outside shoulder.
He's jumped straight.
So unfortunate.
Outside shoulder, mate.
Wow, this line-out's been so reliable for them this season. But right then, just failing them when they needed it the most. Rick Rose protesting. But the ball was, as Luke Rogan said, in line with the outside shoulder, not the inside, which means it was more skewed to the direction of the throwing team.
Make sure you're nice and square. Perfect. Square feet. That's the time.
Okay. Time ticks away. DC had their chance. Can they get possession back at the scrum? So tough to do that. Smith feeds. He just collapses.
All they can hope for here, Dallin, is a scrum penalty. They've earned themselves a couple. You see Jason Robertson in there just encouraging his forwards. Game's not over.
Let's go.
Big play for DC. Big scrum for Seattle.
Hold your weight, fellas.
A final shot. Can Seattle hold on here? 30-20. Smith to feed. Keeping. JP Smith digs us out. And Andre Warner will put this to the side. Seattle make it 2 from 2 against rivals Old Glory DC. Such a thrilling game. They maintain their position of third in the standings as they heat up with the playoffs to follow. The Seawolves hold on. It's the fullback, Duncan Matthews, deserved player of the match. A stunning performance here as they get their victory.
Exciting match, Dallin. Right to the wire. We picked it early. These two teams coming in very evenly matched. Tricky conditions as well. What a pleasure to see such a high-scoring affair. Despite the rain, despite the drizzle. Had the drama. Red cards, yellow cards. Great game.
All right, time for a short break. We return to our player and coach interviews from George Mason Stadium in the nation's capital, 30-25, Seattle over DC.